So thank you so much for being here, and I'm really happy to welcome you here, especially after the video that we just saw. Good to have you all here in Zlin. I will add a little bit to your opening speech that you just gave, because yes, I'm really happy to see you and to see everybody, but I realized yesterday that actually what makes me so happy when coming to Zlin is not that I see, I'm going to be now on a very much meta level, it's not my happiness about seeing you, but the happiness that you show me about seeing me. Because that is what Zlin is really good at. They make you feel welcome. They always tell you how happy they are to see me. And that's what really moves me and what attaches me so much to the festival. So I suggest that we now have a round of applause where you show how happy you are to see me, and I'm happy to see you. And since we're applauding, I would also like to have a little shout out for Marika and her technical team, who has been suffering badly already for many days, but I just told her that this session is going to be really informal and who knows, fun. So last year I was really moved to see the festival trailer. Now I'm really moved to see the festival pictures. But what we're going to do next now is do you know the stand-up comedians who always make jokes about people coming 5 minutes too late? You would be my ideal victim, Domine. But we're not going to do it. Everybody, we always start from the idea, in this session we're not going to have this presentation again because everybody knows each other already. That's what we think, but probably we're wrong. Because I guess some people here in the crowd are here for the first time or have their festival for the first time represented. So we're now going to do it in a very basic way. The ones who haven't been here before, or the festivals that have never been represented here before, can they just simply raise their hands and we can voila. Yeah, just introduce, or people who are here for the first time in Zlin, just let us know who you are and what festival or what film or what organization you represent.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Samina. Nice to meet you all. I'm working at Docs Documentaries for Children and Youth. And yeah, I started working there last year, so that's why I'm new here. I'm also head of the Children and Youth section at Oberhausen, the short film festival. Yeah, so that's it, right?
I think that was enough. No, thank you so much, Samina, for being here. And I guess there's many others who should present themselves. Yeah, we'll get there.
Sorry. Okay, my name is Tomáš Dana and I'm the program director of Festival Biennale of Animation Bratislava. And I'm also here with two of my colleagues, the directors of the festival and coordinator of the festival. And yeah, it's our first time in here, so we are very happy to be here. Super.
Glad we're having you here.
My name is Agnieszka. I'm from Poland. I'm from ZEW, and you will see and hear for a few minutes about ZEW, because Kaja will represent us. True. Okay. Kaja is first time too.
You can pass the mic behind you.
Hello, my name is Jeanette. I'm working for Schlingel Festival, so it's my first time here, and I'm really happy to be here.
And everyone knows Jeanette from emails, but there's a face with the email address now.
Probably
so
you're right,
fantastic.
Yeah. So here I am, in person.
I think there's more new faces behind you.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I can't believe that's my first time in Zlin ever, so I'm super excited that I finally came here this year as a Alekino Film Festival representative. So, double honor. Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, my name is Paweł. I'm from Poland. I'm not representing a film festival, but I'm a screenwriter with a live-action feature for kids in development.
Hello, my name is Marcel. I don't know how it happened that I'm the first time here in this year. I'm representing the German Films Company from Germany, but also working for other festivals like the Berlinale, the Cottbus Film Festival, and the Doc Leipzig Film Festival.
Yes, a card, of course. Hey everybody, I'm Gert. I represent Just Film and the Black Nights Film Festival. I know my colleagues have been here before. My first time here. It's been great, met some of you already. A lot of people still to meet, so I'm leaving tomorrow morning, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Marion. I'm from Norway, Kristiansand International Children's Film Festival. It's my first time here, and I really enjoy it, and I've been working in the festival for 2 years. So it's so nice to be here and get to know this festival.
There's people behind you, 2 rows.
Hi everybody, my name is Dan. I'm director and producer of film Big Dreams, and here is my colleague Martin. It's first time we're here, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place to be, and with you guys, very inspirational, and happy to be here, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Yoko. I'm working for Kineko International Film Festival in Tokyo, in Japan. We have like 5 members, like delegation, like maybe like some of you know, like Mitsuo Festival Director, and our representative director, Mr. Sina, and Reiko and Sachiko. And it's my first time here, and I'm enjoying like every single moment, like, you know, in here. Like I love, like, you know, like doing already, and like I'm very like happy to be here. Thank you. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Sheena from Kineko International Film Festival, which is the first time to be here, and I'm very, very happy to be here. And that's all. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Andrei Hadjivasilev, director and producer from Bulgaria. I'm here for the first time in Zlin with my film The Tesla Case. It will be on Tuesday, and I'm here also to hunt festival directors and festivals, so I'm waiting this presentation with big interest.
Thank you. Anybody else who wants
I think so, but because we have an extra category, we have people who have been here for the first time, and then we have people who have been here for the first time but are too shy to tell. For instance,
Sylvia, I think that this is very important too.
Yes, hi, I'm Sylvia Kotzman, and I work at Attraction Distribution, the largest kids film distributor. We're based in Canada. Ale mluvím taky česky. Et je parle en français, so yeah. We just, if you saw in the photo of FIFAM, we had Coco Film there, which is a great children's film that just launched this winter, so yeah. Come see me.
Damian, you would like to also?
So anyone else who's too shy to tell that he or she is for the first... Domin was here already before. I can tell you stories about it.
But I have stories of you as well, right? So be careful. No, I'm a director. I have a film here called Sea Sparkle, who's in competition, and I'm very glad to be back again at the Zlin Festival. Yes.
So, we started with saying everybody knows each other, and now 75% of the audience just introduced themselves. So, good start. And then this brings us to the next problem, which is even bigger. It's a really existential problem. That I was asked to be the moderator, and then we just found out that we don't need a moderator today. So that's the... Yeah, thank you. You're so happy to see me. No, I mean, the concept is really easy. The concept is that 3 organizations will present their work on stage, and I think all of them will at the same time in their presentation also in a way shout out for collaborations, because that's what this meeting today is all about. Instead of just presenting ourselves and telling people how important our festival or our organization is. Today we will tell people how much we need each other and how much we're looking forward to do stuff together and to help each other with joint projects. So that's the idea behind today's open mic session. We have 3 guests, and as I said, my role as a moderator is extremely limited because I can only tell you which guest is number 1, number 2, and number 3. And number 1 is Caterina Ramalho from the Play Festival in Lisbon.
Hello, hello. Okay. Obrigada por terem vindo. O Play aconteceu há 10 anos atrás. Bem-vindos ao cineconcerto do Festival Play.
Hello. So I'm here to talk about making changes, and this is very difficult to be here alone.
I will be there with you if it's...
Okay. Please. So I'll be reading. First, I would like to do a contextualization about how's the situation in cinema in Portugal. We have 10,300,000 inhabitants, and our cinematography is very particular. The topics of our films are centered around social problems, our revolution in '74, and the guilt of the colonialism. So I'm showing some numbers, so you know the reality. No? Here? Oh, it's, oh, okay, wrong side. Okay, so we have this big, well-known director who's called Manuel de Oliveira, and he's made more than 50 films, including features and documentaries. He died in 2015 at the age of 106 years old. And this year at Cannes, the image of the director's fortnight was his film, The Abram Valley. His last film in 2012 made 6,032 spectators. Another of our most international directors, Miguel Gomes, always present in Cannes. Here we have his film Taboo, which won the Critics' Prize in Berlin that year. Had 21,337 spectators. And his last film made during the pandemic, the Tsugua Diaries, was in competition in Cannes in the fortnight last year, had 2,500 spectators. So the general box office, the most watched film in Portugal since 2015 is a remake of a comedy from the 50s with 608,335 viewers, and a film about a pop icon from the 80s in Portugal had 279,510. In terms of children films, we only made one children film in 2009. It was an adaptation of a very well-known adventure book collection in Portugal, which attracted 124,938 spectators. And The Lion, this is from since 2015 until today. The Lion King was the most watched film, 1,280,657 viewers. So we have the main film funding. It's the Film Institute and the public television. I think it's common in all countries. In film education, we have a national plan. We have some film clubs working in schools in the north, the Lumiere Sons and us. We also work in Lisbon, and there's one in the south. So we would like to make a change. Since you see these numbers, it's very difficult. We don't have film production for children. We have all these institutions working with children, with old movies and foreign movies. And what we have done, we managed to be received by the Film Institute for the first time in 9 years. And we talk about the possibility of having an incentive in the competitions for the production of children projects. The president of the Film Institute informed us that in 2019 there was a consultation with this industry, and they refused this because they did not want to split the existing budget, it's small, to prioritizing genders. So they put children films like a gender. So we held the first encounter on children's film this year in February with the support of the Film Institute. Where we gathered some international guests with important personalities from Portugal, from culture, education, writers, and people from the film industry in order to start talking about this topic, because this is not a topic in Portugal. Most professionals in Portugal don't even consider making a film for children because they think children could watch anything. So we also created an idea contest. We took the idea from the Olympia Film Festival with their consent. So there were 10 projects selected, pitching session, and the winner gets 2,500 euros for the production of the film. Also for the jury, we invited the Film Institute, one of the biggest producers in Portugal, and two relevant directors. It was amazing. Then we, after the festival and all these events, we sent a report to the Film Institute, who responded that they are receptive regarding making a change in the contests, but it will be necessary to determine what children project is. We put a post on the ECFA forum about all this and to ask for help to define what is a children film. And we received some regulations from Bulgaria and Greece from the applications there for their film funds. And we were also contacted by Kids Regio to participate in a European study on children's film. But what else can we do? And so I'm asking if anyone wants to share some experience or give some tips. What can we else do? Because the most difficult thing is to get to the ones who make changes in policy. I don't know. Gert.
And you want these advices now that you're on stage, or you want people to come to you afterwards and have a...
Afterwards, okay.
Okay. But maybe you should make yourself visible, that the whole city of Zlin will recognize you and know that if they have a good idea, you'd be the one to approach.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Katarina. I know being on stage is not your favorite position, but you can relax now. You did a great job, and I think what you asked was also the basics of this business that we work in. We are ready to inspire each other. I think that's what initiatives like this are all about. So here's my role as a moderator again. Please welcome on stage the people from Poland. In the organization is called s.r.o.
Okay, somebody said something about stand-up, so maybe I'll be standing up. That'll be fitting the idea. Okay, the notes. So hello everybody. It is a very big pleasure for me to present our initiative here. My name is Kaja Łuczyńska and every day I work at the cinema, but today I'm not here as a representative of cinema, but as a representative of the organization you can see here on the wall. With me there is also Agnieszka, who is the head of ZEF, and Kasia, who is one of the experts, so there are three of us, and I hope I will explain the idea of our organization, because it is not a film festival, but we are very closely linked with many film festivals. We are here at Zlin for the first time, but I hope it won't be the last. Let me just start with some really basic information about us. As you can see, we are a group of experts who aim to identify the most interesting and valuable films for children and young people. And we have actually created and promoted a system for evaluating films. And by doing that, we really want to contribute to increase the interest in good cinema for young people, for children, and we would like to benefit all the parties. So we would like to help children, of course, but also teachers, also cinema owners, also distributors. So many different parties we would like to help by doing what we are doing. And what is our characteristic is that we are really cinema-oriented, because while choosing the films, we are choosing them from the offer of the premieres that are in Poland, and also from the offer of youth and children film festivals. And why we are so closely linked with the cinemas? It is because we would like really to emphasize the fact that watching films on the big screen is actually an opportunity to see everything better, to appreciate the artistic value or artistic qualities. And also very important for us is a social aspect, because going to the cinema, of course, is a social activity. Children watch together, they have to learn certain behaviors, so all that is very important for us. And we also like to think that we are unique because we know there are similar initiatives all around Europe. We know there are in Germany, for example, but in Poland we are the only ones. And actually, I think most of you know it, but it's worth saying that in Poland we do not really have an official system of rating films. There is no such a system, there is no such an institution, so actually we would like to take on this role and serve as an advisory board to, for example, parents, also teachers, but sometimes also to the children. And now, just a brief saying that we actually have been seen and awarded with certain awards. For example, we got an award last year, yes, that was last year, from Polish Film Institute, and also we were a two-time receiver of funds from Europa Cinemas. For the first time, we were actually the only one from Poland, so that was really something. And now, important. What actually are we doing? How does it work? So, as I've said, we are choosing films from the offer of Polish cinemas, from Polish distributors, but also from the festivals, which we also visit. And later, our team of educators are watching those movies, and they are rating them. And they're actually looking for certain qualities. And what is important for us is actually three aspects. aspects. Of course, it is very important for the movie to have educational values, to have artistic values, but we also want to promote films that are attractive also for the young viewers. So those three aspects are really, really important for us. And those experts, I think there are 27 now, something around that. 27 experts are watching those movies, and they're giving, yes, they're giving the quality mark. And actually, the movie that is given this mark, sometimes you can find it on, for example, promotional materials. We have established a very prolific cooperation with many film distributors in Poland. So actually on the posters, on the leaflets, you can already see that this movie has our mark, quality mark, and it's really worth seeing, worth noting, worth showing to, for example, youth or children. Yes, but of course, because this team of those experts are really, really diverse team. We have, I have the whole list. Who do we have? So we have film educators, cinema employees. We have school teachers, film scholars, film critics, psychologists. So many, many different people from many different professions. They watch the movies and later they write all those impressions in their professional opinion. And this opinion you can find on our website, which is a very, very important tool. We think about it as a useful tool for parents, also for teachers, because every single movie which has been given the quality mark has its own card. And here you can see it, maybe. It has two sets of stars. The first set is the number of stars that indicates the educational potential, but the second set of stars is actually the appeal to the young viewers. So those two sets are very important for us. And later, every single movie has a very detailed description of all the values, all the important elements, or the topics which you can later talk about with children, for example, at school. But not only, because, because every movie also has a list of problematic content, which is very important thing for teachers, for example. So they know what can be found in this movie, which could potentially be a spark for some controversies. And also, of course, a list of school subjects, so also something useful for the teachers to use, and also links to educational materials. We do not make our own educational materials, but in Poland we have many, many distributors who do it, so we just link those materials, which are really easy to find later. And that's the newest thing, so let me just say a few words about that, because apart from the website, we have actually started an application. It was launched like a few weeks ago, so it's really, really brand new. And it's actually way to give an easier access to all the information from the website. It allows to check some things, you know, easier, check the repertoire or screening dates, but also, because it's app, it has some interactive materials. So there is the notebook of a cinema goer, so the child or the youth, the young viewer can write down their impression of the film. There are also quizzes, which are a very nice way to check if somebody has been watching the movie, you know, with their whole attention. So quizzes are actually a really nice tool to do that. And of course, some discounts, so you can see some of those movies with quality mark with the lower price. Yes, and that's the last part, so don't worry, I'm getting to the very end. We also have been present, ZEF, at very different film festivals, but I think Zlin is the first foreign one, so we're starting the international tour right now. As you can see, we've been at Bydgoszcz, Poznań, Warszawa, one more time, Poznań, many, many different cities around Poland, and in those cities, we usually conduct events or workshops for children. Our educators and experts do. We watch films, of course, just like here in Zlin. And also we, is it here? Yes, we grant our own awards. So we have done this statuette. It has, our name on it, and this is actually an award which is given on few already festivals to films that are worthy of this quality mark which we have promoted in our institution. So this is the award which has been given already to few films, and it's something we would like to develop in the future. So now something I think I would really like to underline at the very end of the presentation. We are a non-commercial organization, but we are very much open to work with many different organizations from many different countries, of course also film festivals. So if you would like to work with us, we're very open to that, and I think we're staying to the very end of the festival, so we invite you for any conversation. It will be a pleasure for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and of course to the ZEF people, keep in mind the faces you've seen here. Many of them will be available during the festival so that you can take the initiative and reach out to them. And I will now be very happy to give the floor to Calliope from Athens Film Festival.
Hello everyone. I'll try this seat, just to have variety on pictures. Thank you very much, Marketa. Thank you, Gerd. Thank you, s.r.o Festival, for having us. And thank you, of course, for this wonderful video that you have prepared for the festivals. I'm sure everyone was moved in the room, and it was very thoughtful of you. So we'll start my presentation today just to share a few highlights from last year's festival. And then I will just shout out for parties for possible collaborations. Thank you for the video with the subtitles, please. Thank you.
Παιδικό και εφηβικό φεστιβάλ κινηματογράφου Αθήνας. Δημοτικό Θέατρο Πειραιά, Μέγαρο Μουσικής, Κινηματογράφος Δαναός, Κινηματογράφος 1 και 2 Σίνεμα στην Κηφισιά. Περισσότερες από 100 ταινίες. Προβολές για μωρά από 0 έως 3 ετών, προβολές για μεγαλύτερα παιδιά αλλά και για εφήβους. Παράλληλες δράσεις, εκπαιδευτικά εργαστήρια, παιχνίδια, γέλια, μπαλόνια και μουτζουρώματα στα πρόσωπα.
I'm really surprised how many people is here. It's really honor for me to be in the jury here at this festival.
Στην κορυφή του πιο ψηλού βουνού της γης ζούσε ένα φυτό.
Στο εργαστήριό μας ακολουθήσαμε την τεχνική κατά του animation, αντικαταστήσαμε τις φιγούρες που έλειπαν και κάναμε τη δική μας ταινία animation.
This workshop was for children from 8 to 10. I showed them how paint animation, how prepare backgrounds, how the films are made. and then they try to paint something and animate something.
Ένα εργαστήριο από τις λέξεις στην εικόνα για παιδιά 9 με 12 χρονών για να δούμε πώς μια ιδέα από το χαρτί, από τις λέξεις, μεταφέρεται σε μια τελική ταινία γεμάτη εικόνες και ήχο.
Διοργανώσαμε ένα πολύ γεμάτο εργαστήριο για έφηβες και εφήβους με θέμα τα έμφυλα στερεότυπα και την ισότητα, με αφορμή για πολύ ωραία συζήτηση και πολύ ωραία ανταλλαγή σκέψεων. Αποδείξαμε για μια ακόμη φορά πως η τέχνη μπορεί να γίνει αυτή η αφορμή για να αλλάξουμε γνώμη, να γνωριστούμε καλύτερα μεταξύ μας και να δημιουργήσουμε χώρους μέσα στους οποίους μπορεί να έρθει και μια ευρύτερη κοινωνική αλλαγή.
Σας άρεσε?
So, this was last year. So this was last year, and let me just fiddle with the. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So. In 2017, actually, we aspired to become a vibrant hub of free expression and creativity for children in Athens. However, COVID arrived in between, and since 2018, which was our first edition, and due to the fact that we were able to do online screenings and to present our work online as well, we have managed to reach the amount of 75,000 spectators, which for us was a dream when we first started. And we're, of course, very, very, very proud of it. As you saw in the video, we pick landmark venues in Athens in order to screen our films over 7 days in November. And of course, I'm sure that most of the festivals in this room, we share common values and we share common activities, which are school screenings, educational workshops, other initiatives that are related to the school community. But we have also developed the accessible digital screening room, which is a platform of which we're quite proud of, because it's operating year-round, offering free cinematic content, including people with disabilities. I'm going to elaborate on it a little bit later, including the program, a new program, which is called Inclusion in Classroom and in Practice. We also host a hospitality program for students from remote areas, because, as you know, Greece is an island country, and there are so many remote islands where kids cannot access, or they've never been to cinemas before. And of course, as Katerina has mentioned, Greece is a low-capacity production country for children's and youth content, so we are trying to strengthen the development of the local production with different initiatives, but I think the most important one is the competition that we are doing in collaboration with the Syndicate Script Lab, which allows one winner each year to go to Syndicate Script Lab, participate, and get a scholarship from the festival, which we have seen that it's a quite interesting and profitable for both parties initiative. So today I'm here to talk about inclusion, because it's something that has been in our minds since day one. And as I said, it's not just about including children from remote areas or remote places. It's also about bringing content, youth content, to the ones who need it more. And who are those? They are children who are in disadvantaged neighborhoods or groups and communities, children who are also hosted in refugee homes and camps, or homes for vulnerable children, and of course, offer accessibility tools for people with physical and developmental disabilities. Our motto was, this is a film festival for the whole family, and soon the question was, but are we addressing every single family in this country? And of course, you cannot answer that unless you have content which is accessible for everyone.
the initiatives we have taken for accessibility, I don't want to bore you with all the initiatives we have taken, but I'm going to focus on the digital screenings room, which is something that we were almost forced to do during the pandemic, because we realized that the people that were more isolated in 2020 because of COVID were people with disabilities. The children with disabilities stayed at home, they had nothing to do. So we decided to bring our content on a platform which is going to have the accessibility tools for everyone to enjoy. What are those tools? The audio description, of course, the films dubbed in Greek, which is the first step to inclusion, always. How do you manage to project, to share a film if it's in a foreign language? You have to make it accessible with language first. Create the SDH subtitles for everyone, or incorporate the Greek Sign Language in our videos and in the films, and provide special tools for people in the autism spectrum, which means create what is called social stories, which are simplified synopses of the films in order for the children in the autism spectrum not to come to encounter the film for the first time, which is always a very traumatic, or a very, let's call it not traumatic, let's call it a difficult option for people in the autism spectrum. So yeah, on the right side of the screen you will see the simplified synopsis. It looks like anyone can do it, but we need to hire experts in order to work on the synopsis like that. The social stories, they don't only include the synopsis of the film, but they also include the experience in the cinema. So you describe to the person in the autism spectrum, you describe the whole experience. You take them by the hand and you tell them, this is where the ticket, the box office is going to be, this is where the bathrooms are. You just guide them so that nothing is new. And this is very important. So yeah, I've mentioned the rest of the accessibility tools.
Στο απόλυτο σκοτάδι, μόβας τραπέζ δίνουν ρεύμα σαν καρδιογράφημα στη λάμπα ενός φωτιστικού.
This is just to give you an idea of what the actors are doing with the audio description. I don't want to have you guys listen descriptions in Greek, but it's very important to understand that people with disability, blind people and people with that kind of disability, they need to have access to our content as well. So audio description is an option for them. So we realized that all this effort and all this budget dedicated to these actions was warmly welcome, and we were congratulated by the press and our colleagues and everything, but we couldn't get the audience to come. In our screenings, our accessible screenings still didn't have the numbers that we were expecting. So how do we address that? I was very much, I was discussing this with Pantelis from Olympia Film Festival yesterday. What is the answer? How do we inspire people with disabilities to address, to come to our festivals and experience and enjoy this, this content that we have prepared for them? So we, this is a new educational program that we have designed, which we hope that's going to address and answer this question. So inclusion in the classroom and in practice. In Greek it rhymes, so it's a good title. I know it doesn't sound so great in English, but it's good in Greek, trust me on this. We hope that it's going to contribute to the creation of an inclusive culture from a young age with the school community. So that the project and the program targets both groups, people with disabilities and people without disabilities. And why do we do that? Because of course you want to have accessible content for the people with disabilities, but on the other hand, you want to educate the people with a typical, what we call it, let me see, we call it typical, let's call it without disabilities. So you want to educate them as well of how to speak about disabilities without any, stigma, or with open eyes and open-minded. So this project is about having students from general education along with students with visual, auditory, cognitive or sensitive disabilities in the same cinema for a school screening and a discussion. For Greece, this is revolutionary. I don't know about what happens in other countries, but for Greece, this is revolutionary. So for the project needs, of course, we are furnishing all our content with the accessibility tools that I have mentioned earlier. And we prepare special educational workshops that take place in the classroom before we bring those kids into the cinema, so that we prepare both groups for their cinematic encounter. So for example, for the general education schools and typically developing children, that's the proper term I should be using, we introduce them to the right words, how we speak about disability, what are the right terms to use. And for the special education children, depending on the target group, we work with them to introduce the key elements with different sensory exercises and different activities in the classroom. So currently the program has just started. The program is being evaluated by the professors from the pedagogical department of the University of Athens, and I'm here because we're looking for partners. Anyone like festivals, educational organizations, creators, rights holders could be advocate of this initiative, hoping that we will be able to create the future citizens which are going to be more inclusive, and of course we're going to embrace accessibility the way we would like them to. Thank you very much. I think I have exceeded my time. Apologies about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Calliope. I think I want to attach somehow today's session to what you just said. You spoke about open eyes, open mind. I would like to add open mic to it, and then we have a complete cycle of what we've been doing here today. And we will now move on to the next part of this session. There's a lot of people standing. We're victims of our own success. People who are now standing can start fighting for seats. You can kick off the festival programmers from their seats if you have the courage to do that. And some of you will soon be on stage, as I understand. We have a few seats over here left. So we are inviting all these people because of the next thing that we have on our program. We have what we call Check the Checks, short films, work in progress that we are going to present to you. And the reason to do that is a bit in two directions. Because we want you to get more familiar with Czech short film or film production for children in general. And we want the filmmakers to get more updated about the international industry. We want to make clear to them that there is such a thing as a blooming international children's film industry with a big interest in what is produced in all the countries around Europe and the world, in the first place in Czech Republic. So, shall we immediately move on with Check the Checks? Then I can invite the first group on stage. We would like to ask to keep everything fast, smooth. We will do short presentations. After every presentation, we will have 1, maximum 2 questions, not more than that. And the first group invited on stage has a very intriguing synopsis and also a very intriguing duration of the film, because it's 8 minutes and it says, in this film, all your dark wishes will come true. Well, if you count all my dark wishes, you might need much more than 8 minutes, so I'm curious how they will solve the problem and put them all together in 8 minutes. So I would be happy to invite the work in progress from Humanity, which is Teresa Kovandova, Kristina Skodova. And if you're going to make me say more Czech names, then we will skip the project immediately. No, I mean, don't make me say all these names that I... Okay, shall we move on to the... Is it good for the technical team that we first take another project? Are you prepared?
We are ready.
Okay, then we can go to project number 2. And that would be The Minor Escape. You can, okay. You can find another one on stage.
Hello, my name is Alexander Mousova. I'm production manager of this movie, and we would like to present you our short film, Malý útěk. The English translation is The Minor Escape.
Hello, my name is Matěj Hrudička, and I am the screenwriter and the director of The Minor Escape. The Minor Escape is a story about 2 12-year-old boys who are running away from home so that they don't have to separate. Now we'd like to show you a short teaser for our movie.
My life is starting over again, my friend. Say I'm back again. My life is starting over again, I know that there's no place left to hide. I guess that is better than suicide.
Bude ti to něco chybět v téhle díře?
Well, my main inspiration for the movie was actually my own childhood and my hometown, where I never actually got to run away, but that's part of the reason why I wanted to make The Minor Escape. Kind of to live through that what-if scenario, how my life could have changed if I did it. And thanks to the magic of movies, I now could have fulfilled my dream and ran away along with the main heroes of our movies, Stefan and Aleš. Now Stefan is an introverted, shy boy who never won a fight and is mostly hidden in his own imagination. But his best friend Aleš is the complete opposite. He's a young rebel who mostly has to take care of himself, comes from a troubled family, and these 2 are supposed to separate because Stefan is about to move out of town. But they have a different idea. They'll run away, move abroad, and do whatever the hell they want. But on their way, on their journey over one day and one night, they have to face local bullies, they have to face the police, but also their own doubts about what they want to be in life. And they'll have to learn about what it means to be, what was the meaning of true courage and friendship. Now, what sets the minor escape apart from other coming-of-age movies is the combination of live-action footage with animation and stylized sequences. These animation sequences always have some basis in the locations and the props which the characters use. So, for example, here you can see an early animatic of when the boys are planning their escape. We see it as an animation on their map of escape, where they are represented by cutouts of photos of their own. In other cases, these animations can be shadow play of their memories of their hometown projected by flashlight onto an old wall, or it might be a graffiti coming to life. So our ideas of animation are very diverse, and we want to combine them with live action. Aside from the animation, it is very important for us to capture that summer vibe of their escape, and also the difference between the day and the night. During the day, the boys still have their hopes up, and it seems that their escape will go as planned, but during the night they see their hometown in much different lights, lit by street lamps and dark shadows in ways that they haven't seen before.
So we finished our film shooting last month, so right now we are in post-production at the start actually, and the total length of this movie should be around 20-25 minutes, and the film will be completed in December this year. And that's everything from us, so thank you for your attention. And now you can see some photos from our shooting. Thank you.
Can I look at the audience to see if there's one or two questions for the pictures? You can help them out by asking questions. Okay, then I will ask you about the balance between animation and live action. How do you see it? How will you, first of all, balance it in how much each part will have, and then how will you balance it to keep it one unity?
The movie is mostly live action, and the animations come in parts where the imagination of the boys takes hold. Imagination of the main character, Stefan.
But if you say that all animations will be in very different styles, do you keep in mind that you also should end up with one project that is one unity as well?
Well, unity in that it always comes from the locations and the props. So that kind of ties into the imagination where the boys kind of utilize what they see in their own world. And that's where the animation comes from. But the styles are different, like the visual styles.
I'm listening to you, but looking at the audience, because I'm still expecting to hear a question from the audience. Well, we have one. Thank you, Sylvia.
I just wanted to know what inspired you to make it live action with the animation?
Well, it started as a live action project, and that's where I have the most experience. So I always wanted to make mostly a live action project, but the animation came as a sort of thing, because I remember when I was young, I sometimes drew pictures into notebooks and so on, and it was kind of my escape from reality into fantasy. So that's where it started, I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this great project with us. And just to all pictures today, or all work in progress people, you might sometimes have doubts or feel nervous about being on stage and sharing your little film baby with us, but actually we are the ones who are most grateful that you share your creativity with us and that you shower us in your ideas. So don't be nervous. We are the ones who are really grateful for the fact that you'll be on stage, and that goes as well for you. Also, you can take a good example in these people in terms of keeping their time. That was very condensed, very fast, and that's how we like it. So thank you so much. And
thank you very much.
And we now go back to my, you remember my dark wishes coming true? This is when we will like to call the people from Humanity on stage now.
Hello. No. Hello, do you hear me? Yes.
Hi.
Hello, I would like to introduce us. We are the team of Humanity. My name is Kristina Škodová. I am a producer from production company Cinepoint. And here with me is a director, animator, and my very good friend, Teresa. And I would ask Teresa to say just a bit about our film, and after we will show you a teaser we have prepared.
The film Humanity is surprisingly about humans, or about people who, and more, to be more precise, about people who are doing really annoying things that are really small, but really annoying. Maybe it can be like loud chewing, or snoring, or sneezing with your with uncovered mouth. Just the little things that makes you want to kill them really slow and stuff like that. And well, and you can't really do it in real life, but in this film, it will happen. So.
Yeah, I think you will see it in a moment. Just please bear in mind we are in post-production, so the scenes you will see are before image and sound post-production. We are currently in editing, so I would ask the production to show the teaser, please. So I think you have seen that it's a combination of stop-motion puppets with live-action details. Actually, it's a FAMU graduation film of Teresa, but it was as well supported by the Czech Film Fund. And we had a great co-producer of Film Talent Zlín. Thank you very much. And of course, we have another co-producer, which is Studio Divize. The film will be about 7 minutes long. It's without any dialogues, so it's great for any festivals around the world. It will be suitable for audiences about 14 plus. As you see in the very end of the film, it's getting pretty violent. The distribution will be taken care by myself and by my dear colleague Alexandra Hroncová from FAMU Distribution Office. So in case you are interested, you can approach me or her at FAMU, because it's our school film. And as I said before, we are currently in post-production, we are doing some editing, and the film should be ready for submissions around the end of August, I would say. I think that we covered it all, and thank you for not eating popcorn during our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This time there's a few questions. First of all, are you ready to have the world premiere in Zlín? And to sign the contract right now that you will do?
Well, let's first finish the film, and then of course.
Second question, was there somebody in the audience that made you want to kill people?
I'm so busy, not I didn't catch it, so probably.
It's hard to focus on audience when you are standing on the stage. So.
And then there's the question about the target age. You said 14 plus. Can you elaborate a little bit more on it, because it's animation. The room is full of people who have ideas about what is the right target age for what kind of content. So this would be my question, to tell a little bit more about it, and then I'll give the microphone also for one question in the audience.
Well, for now, it's an idea that it should be 12 plus or 14 plus, but actually I'm interested if someone from the audience have an idea of this distribution strategy, because I think you have seen some of the most violent pieces. They are all in stop motion puppets, so it's always the question, but I feel that with this film we are following on previous film of Teresa, which was Bloody Fairy Tales, maybe some of you remember. And it was, the target audience was really like teenagers and adults all over film festivals, not children, but I feel that the children around 15 years would enjoy it as well.
Well, my comment is that first I would be very much interested in presenting that film in my festival in Montreal in North America, and my festival runs for family audiences, and that film I would show easily for 8 to 12, because they see the film with their parents, they understand the humor, and I wouldn't have no problem, absolutely. I'm sure I wouldn't have no bad reaction from the parents either. So, of course, it depends on if you're talking distribution, that could be an other level, but in my case, I can sign the world premiere in North America if you want.
Okay, thanks. Wow.
Any other reactions? Any other world premieres? We have a world premiere in Asia coming, maybe. We can discuss it later. But I would be happy if we could move on to the next film. Thank you so much for being on stage. And I would like to invite the people of the third project, and I wonder if they will recognize their own film, because we have been fighting about different titles, haven't we? In my catalog it says About Lycanthus. Or maybe we can just do the Czech title, because that's still the same, but I cannot pronounce it. Oh, About Lycanthus, or what did you have within?
Líkožrout.
You know which film we're talking about? Okay. So one of the questions afterwards can be, why not About Lycanthus? First, I invite you to do a presentation of your project, and we're looking forward to that.
Okay, hello. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the Film Festival that gave us an opportunity to present you our new project, which is called Riding Home. At first, it was named Líkožrouto, which is a bark beetle, and Eva will told you about it later. But yeah, I'm here with amazing director of this film, Eva Matejovicova.
Hi, I'm Eva, and this is our amazing producer who holds this film together, this production together, Krystyna Zdziarska.
It's a short animated movie. It's Eva's bachelor movie at FAMU, at animation department. The animation, it has around 11 minutes, and it's mostly targeted at preschool kids, so it has no dialogues. So Eva, could you tell us something more about the story?
Yeah, here you can see some shots from the film. They are not finished, but I promise we will show you how the film will look later. But about the story, it starts in the forest, and in this forest there lives a little bark beetle girl, and the life she has there is kind of slow, kind of nice and chill, until one day a forgotten cigarette causes a huge fire and the forest burns. With the forest, also her right arm burns to the charcoal, and she gets lost away from her family. And she gets to the human town where everything is new and scary. And fortunately, she's able to find shelter in the human school for first graders. There she lives hidden on the window for a year and finds out that her burnt hand can leave marks. And with this, in this year she spends in the school, she learns how to write. School is fine and fun. However, she's still really lonely because humans don't know about her, and she really misses her colony. Fortunately, thanks to her new ability to write, she's able to connect with a little girl who she befriends, and the little girl takes her back to the forest, which is already slowly recovering. And there, Ipsinka becomes the first ever bark beetle teacher and teaches other bark beetles how to write to the wood. And Krystynka now will tell you more about authors.
Yeah, beside me and Eva, we have a lot of amazing collaborators. First of all, it's our co-producer, Jiří Sadek from the co-film production company. Also, the story of our film is based on a children's book. The author of the book is Aneta Krásová, who also illustrated the book. The dramaturg of our movie is Petr Semecký. Editor is our classmate from FAMU International, Marguerite Farag. And we are also collaborating with great French music composer Guillaume Marron.
So here are the promised shots, which are a bit slow because there's 4 pictures in one presentation slide. But as you can see, it's a mixture of traditional watercolor backgrounds made by Zuzana Čupová, which studied here in Zlín, actually, and the animation art is made in digital TV paint. And for now, they're still a bit in progress, but I think it's a good presentation how the finished film will look. And now it's more about our schedule, which is Krystynka's job.
Yeah, now we are in a coloring part. In the summer, we will do a lot of sound post-production, Foley's, and the recording of music. And the whole film should be done at the end of September. So at the beginning of 2024, we plan a festival season. Here you can see our budget. Our financing plan is from a lot of resources like FAMU, because it's still a school project, and also we have a big support from our co-producer, the co-film production company. 2 years ago we presented this film here at Film Talent Zlín, and we were supported too. And 1 year ago we were supported also with Czech Film Fund. Also, we believe that this film has a huge educational potential, and so we are in touch with entomologists from Prague. We believe that this film has a huge festival potential, And we plan to do a lot of worksheets and educational materials for the kids, like coloring books. We plan to do a new edition with a visual style of the book and planning school screenings and auto readings. And also we would like to do a whole series with our main character, Ipsinka. So if someone of you is interested in our project and would like to be a part of our new adventures with our character, you can reach us, and we are looking for another financial resources and co-producers. So I would like to thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. I don't think you leave us little time for many questions, but are there questions from the audience? Because you have the right to answer at least one question. Then I would just like to, I see that the running time would be 11 minutes, which is quite ambitious for a story, especially if you're addressing the 3+ audience. You need 11 minutes to tell this story?
What again? Could you please? I could not understand the rest of the question.
I said I see in the files that you have planned an 11-minute film for a 3+ audience. Do you need 11 minutes because it's quite ambitious, both for you and for the audience, maybe?
Yeah, we did this 11. We tried to shorten the story, but it was only losing. It wasn't there. It wouldn't hold together as well as now. And from what we see, that there are a lot of children's series which are 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But I think around 10 is like nice time for the children to keep attention. And our audience are not super small children, but mainly from the first grade up, since it's about writing. So.
Yeah, because it mentions 3+, but then you're aiming a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's well made for these children also, but main character is first grader.
Okay. Yeah, and of course you will prove that you're right and that you need this 11 minutes to tell a fantastic story. That's what we're all counting on. So please do it and come back in a year and a half with a fantastic film. We're already looking forward to see it. Thank you so much. I would like to invite the next project on stage, and it's called Spirilka.
Hello again. We would like to present you with our crew our short fantasy film, Spirilka. And now the director will tell you something about the story.
Hello, my name is Stanislav Slovak and I am the director of this movie. The main character of this story is young Tadeáš, who is playing hide-and-seek game with his father in the world where is no nature and metal waste everywhere. When Tadeáš goes to hide from his father, he tries to hide in an old pipe. The pipe leads in a secret world, the world of Spirilka. In this world there is nature, flowers, trees and greenery everywhere. When the mother of the world is mysterious old woman Eleanora. Tadeáš is afraid of her, and he tries to hide her. But when he leads the traces behind, and Eleanora finds him. At firstly, she is angry with him, but when Tadeáš saves the snail, giving him his own shell or hiding place, Eleanora starts to accept him and they became friends. She teaches him how to live with the nature, and when Tadeáš comes back to his country, he reunites with his father and together they plant the seed from the word of Spirilka. So this was a story, and now I'm giving the word to the author of this project, Janka.
Thank you, Standa. Hello, my name is Jana Jelšicová, and Spirilka. What happened? Spirilka is a project very close to my heart, and maybe we should wait for our presentation. Yeah, we're trying to. Yeah, there's video. So it's a project very close to my heart, and I started working on it 5 years ago with my friends. Standa joined me last year, and he helped me finish script to our best version. So I'm also responsible for the visual effects in this short film. Since Spirilka is written in fantasy genre, there are a lot of trick shots in it, and now I'm gonna talk about it. So we shooting some footage of background and then add necessary elements into our images in post-production to achieve the required stylization and movements. We created tree seeds or fantastic snails in 3D program. Our process always starts with designing concept and then creating visual effects based on them. Our inspiration comes from steampunk design, which is one of my favorites, and also, of course, beauty of nature, where the spiral forms appears very often. Another technique that we are using is matte painting, where we usually replace the sky with another and put some elements like chimneys, or sit in the background, as you can see, or flying airships, because this helps us to achieve atmosphere that we are looking for. And for instance, our junket that we were shooting should be dirty and located in a misty environment. Or, on the other hand, our forest should be colorful and vibrant. So, in post-production, we were adding some plants or beautiful flowers. But some of them were placed directly in our set design, because we love a combination of techniques, real props and computer generated. I think it is significant for our movie, and hope you like it, guys. So that's all from me, and Alex tell you more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we finished our shooting last month also, and with this first part, and we will continue with the second part in July this year, and the whole film should be completed in May 2024, and the total length we assume should be around 15 minutes. Sorry. Here you can see some photos from our location. We had the opportunity to shoot in scrap metal company, which was amazing because it was great for our scenario. Well, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. I'll turn towards the audience to see if there's questions there. But first, my question is, you told us about the story, you told us a lot about the technology that you'll be using, but I'm still wondering about the character. What will make me fall in love with the character? What will make me like the main character of the film, or all the small characters that you will have in the film?
I think our young boy is very cute, and I think he's very curious in the world where he appears. And I hope that the audience will like it, explore a new world, and it could be adventure.
And you're gonna combine like a live action character, but you will also in the animation you will have characters as well. Will the characters meet each other?
I'm sorry?
The animated characters and the live action character will interact with each other?
It will be connected. It should look like real, but we work with stylization, so it's not 400% real, but it should look like it really begins to our world, the effects.
Okay, we'll trust you in that.
And
we'll be looking forward to see the result, both on the technical and the narrative level. Absolutely looking forward to it. Good luck, and thank you for sharing your project with us.
Thank you.
And we have one last project. And that would fit. I hope we can keep it all within our schedule. Last project is called World I Live In. And we invite you to do your presentation and come back to you afterwards.
Greetings, my name is Hinek Spurny. I'm a film producer from Atom Frames production company based in Prague. Next to me is S.r.o. She is director and animator, and together we would love to introduce you our latest project that is called World I Live In, which is an animated short that promises to take you on a tremendous journey. Our film is created with 2D digital animation technique. Duration is 8 minutes. Our genre is family and fantasy. Our main target group is children from 6 to 9 years old. Our project is non-dialogue, and right now we are at the stage of animation.
Hello, I will introduce my characters and the story of the film. The story is about Alice. She is a 10-year-old city girl mesmerized by her tablet screen. She spends her summer holidays at her old-fashioned grandfather's house in the countryside. Her grandfather, Francis, he is an old man. He loves his granddaughter, but he doesn't know how to connect with her because of the tablet and her game. She seems that there is nothing more interesting to her than her game. She, in that game, which is called Butterfly Quest, catches and collects butterflies. Her grandfather, on the other hand, he knows nothing about technology and he prefers the nature itself. One day, a small real bug lands on her tablet screen, and from this point, she realizes that there is garden around her, and she will escape the comfort zone and search for adventure outside of it. Our main themes of the story are intergenerational relationships, technology in the role of the servant, not master, and respect for nature. For example, there is a real butterfly in that film that is called Limenitis reducta, and this butterfly is currently extinct in our Czech Republic because of the intensification of agriculture and forestry. Our short should inspire kids to look up from their screens and go outside their comfort zone to search adventure with their friends. My personal motivation is that I acknowledge that we live in an instant age, and I too was influenced by technology while growing up, and that's why I wanted to create something that would appeal to my younger self and that I could find relatable at that time. Here are the concept arts for, oh, the colors are terrible, but yeah, this is the concept art for our film. Sorry. Here you can see the digital world, which is represented by the glittery game Butterfly Quest, and compared to it there is more dull-looking and boring reality represented by the house and the garden. These two worlds have an impact on each other, and Alice is sliding back and forth between them. Here is also the example of visual style and character designs. You can see there is an Alice in the middle in her reality form and her alter ego in the digital part. The animation also should be different. The reality is more like sketchy, and the animation is not so fluid as it is in the game, which should remind us more of the computer games compared to the reality, which should be more maybe sketchy and maybe more traditional. Here are the main inspiration sources for me. This game and shorts inspire me when it comes to their storytelling approach, especially the themes that the authors open up and focused more on the child protagonist, which is very close to me. Also the visual style and the animation style, and maybe even the sound design.
Our crew consists mostly of young filmmakers, graduates or students from FAMU. Our animation supervisor is Czech animator Pavel Koutsky. Right now we are at the stage of production, and the film will be completed in September this year. This project is co-produced by FAMU, Altum Frames and Film Talent Zlín. Our festival strategy aims for animation festivals, short film festivals, and children film festivals. And right now we will show you a short preview of our work in progress. Thank you so much for your attention. That is all. And if you have any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you.
So there's one little element that I think every festival programmer will interest every festival programmer in this audience, and that was the magical words non-dialogue. It's quite a complicated story that you want to tell, and you will do it without dialogues. I suppose you're prepared to do it like that?
Yes. Well, I think animation is really magical, and I know that it simplifies psychology, and it's really, for me, it's the main medium I'm comfortable with when it comes to telling the story. And I really believe that the expressions of the characters and